Picture this, Bulgaria, right in the middle of the Balkans, a place with a history as exciting as its mountains and valleys. For thousands of years this land has seen empires come and go, cultures clash, and the spirit of its people shine through. From the ancient Thracians who left their mark on everything, to joining the European Union, Bulgaria's story is all about bouncing back, changing with the times, and holding on to its traditions. Come along with me as we travel through time and explore Bulgaria's epic history. Bulgaria's spot on the map right between Europe and Asia made it super important. It's like a bridge connecting east and west, a place where different cultures mix and mingle. This special location exposed Bulgaria to all sorts of influences, from the ancient Greeks and Romans to the Ottomans and Slavs. Each group left its mark, adding to the mix that makes up Bulgarian culture today. But Bulgaria's story isn't just about dates and battles. It's about how people never give up, how they bounce back from tough times, and how traditions live on. From ancient Thracian secrets to fighting for freedom and facing modern challenges, Bulgaria's history has lessons for us today. Get ready to be amazed by ancient treasures, stories of lost empires, and the strong spirit of the Bulgarian people. Our trip through time will be exciting and eye-opening, showing us what makes this country so special. Our adventure starts way back, long before the Romans or the Slavs. We're going back to prehistoric times to meet the mysterious Thracians, ancestors of many Bulgarians today. The Thracians weren't one big empire, but lots of tribes spread across a huge area, including much of Bulgaria. They were famous for being great horseback riders, tough warriors, and skilled artists. The Thracians thrived for a long time, from the late Bronze Age to the Iron Age. They left behind awesome archaeological sites, beautiful gold jewelry, and puzzles we still try to solve today. The Thracians had a fascinating belief system with many gods, goddesses, and mystical rituals. They really respected their rulers, burying them in fancy tombs filled with treasures for the afterlife. One of the coolest things about the Thracians is their amazing gold work. They were experts at making intricate jewelry, weapons, and ceremonial objects. Their gold artifacts, often decorated with fancy designs and jewels, are famous for their beauty and craftsmanship. Even though we don't know everything about the Thracians, their story is still fascinating. Their influence on Bulgarian culture is clear, from the myths and legends to the treasures we keep finding. The Thracians show how many different groups shaped Bulgarian history. As the Roman Empire grew bigger, it ran into the Thracian tribes. After lots of fighting, the Romans took over Thrace in 46 AD, making it part of their huge empire. Roman rule changed a lot in the region, from its government to its culture. The Romans were amazing builders, and you can still see their work in Bulgaria today: roads, bridges, and cities. These projects helped with trade, communication, and spreading Roman culture. They also brought their laws and government, creating order in the once divided Thracian lands. One of the biggest changes the Romans brought was Christianity. At first it spread slowly among the people who lived under Roman rule, but by the 300s AD, it was the official religion of the Roman Empire. Christianity became a huge part of Bulgarian culture, influencing its beliefs, art, and buildings for centuries. Even though the Roman Empire eventually fell apart because of attacks from other groups, its impact on Bulgaria was huge. The Romans left behind roads, laws, and cultural ideas that shaped Bulgaria for a long time after they were gone. You can still see reminders of their empire in the ruins of their cities, the influence of Roman law, and how many people in Bulgaria are Christian today. When the Roman Empire weakened in the Balkans, new groups moved in, and new powers rose up. One of these groups was the Bulgars, nomads from Central Asia, who arrived in the 600s AD. Led by Khan Asparuh, they crossed the Danube River and settled in the northeast part of the Balkan Peninsula. The Bulgars brought a lot of energy to the area. They quickly took charge of the local Slavic people and created a powerful new country called the First Bulgarian Empire. The early years of the empire were full of fighting as the Bulgarians battled the Byzantine Empire for control of the Balkans. A really important moment for the First Bulgarian Empire was the Battle of Ongol in 681 AD. The Bulgars won a huge victory against a much bigger Byzantine army, making it clear they were here to stay. The Byzantine Empire had to recognize the Bulgarian state, and a new power was born in southeastern Europe. The First Bulgarian Empire became strongest under Khan Krum, who ruled from 803 to 814 AD. He was a great military leader, and he made the empire bigger, took control of nearby Slavic tribes, and even threatened Constantinople, the capital of the Byzantine Empire. Khan Krum's rule showed that the First Bulgarian Empire was a major force in the Balkans, one that would shape the area for centuries to come. Section 5. Byzantine Interlude, a time of transition. The First Bulgarian Empire, even though it started strong, didn't last forever. Fighting within the empire, pressure from outside, and the powerful Byzantine Empire caused its decline. In the early 1000s, after many long wars, the Byzantine Emperor Basil II conquered the First Bulgarian Empire, ending its almost 300-year rule. Now Bulgaria was ruled by the Byzantine Empire, a time that greatly affected its culture and religion. The Byzantines were experts in government and culture, and their influence was everywhere in Bulgarian society. Greek language and culture became popular among the elite, and Byzantine art and architecture left a lasting mark. One of the most important changes during this time was Bulgaria becoming Christian. Some Bulgarians had already become Christian during the First Bulgarian Empire, but it really spread under Byzantine rule. The Byzantine Church played a big role, building monasteries, sending missionaries, and translating religious texts into the Slavic language. The Byzantine period, while it meant the end of the First Bulgarian Empire, also helped create a unique Bulgarian identity. Becoming Christian, developing Slavic writing, and learning about Byzantine culture all came together to form a special Bulgarian mix. This mix would be important when Bulgaria became independent again, and the Second Bulgarian Empire began. Section 6. The Second Bulgarian Empire, a Golden Age. Even though the Byzantines were in control, they weren't completely powerful. The Bulgarian people never forgot their history or their wish for freedom. In the late 1100s, after over 150 years of Byzantine rule, they rebelled. Two brothers, Peter and Asen, led the fight against their Byzantine rulers, starting a revolt that would free Bulgaria and bring a new era of power and prosperity. Driven by Bulgarian pride and a desire to bring back the good old days, the rebellion grew quickly. The Byzantines, busy with other problems, couldn't stop it. By 1187, the Second Bulgarian Empire was born, with its capital at Tarnovo. The Second Bulgarian Empire was at its best under Tsar Ivan Asen II, who ruled from 1218 to 1241. He was a great diplomat and military leader. He expanded the empire, made alliances with other rulers, and controlled important trade routes. Bulgaria thrived under his rule. Its culture blossomed, its economy boomed, and it became politically powerful. Like the First Empire, the Second Bulgarian Empire eventually fell because of internal fighting and threats from outside. The growing Ottoman Empire in the 1300s was a dangerous new enemy. Even though the Bulgarians fought bravely, the Second Bulgarian Empire fell to the Ottomans in 1396, beginning a long period of Ottoman rule. Section 7. Under the Ottoman Crescent. Centuries of transformation. When the Ottomans conquered Bulgaria in the late 1300s, it changed everything. For almost 500 years, Bulgaria was part of the huge Ottoman Empire. This time brought big changes to Bulgarian society, culture, and who they were as a people. The Ottoman Empire was a complicated and diverse place. Muslim rulers were in charge, but people of many different ethnicities and religions lived there. Under Ottoman rule, Bulgaria became part of the empire's system, divided into provinces governed by Ottoman officials. The Ottoman conquest brought many social, economic, and religious changes. One of the biggest was the arrival of Islam. The Ottomans usually allowed other religions, but they encouraged people to become Muslim, sometimes offering lower taxes and better jobs. So, many Bulgarians, especially in cities, converted to Islam, adding to the mix of religions in the region. Even with the difficulties of Ottoman rule, Bulgarian culture didn't disappear. It changed and adapted, taking in Ottoman influences while keeping its own unique character. Bulgarian artists and craftspeople used Ottoman designs in their work, blending the styles. The Bulgarian language, even though influenced by Turkish, remained the language of the people. The Ottoman period, though often seen as a time of hardship, was also a time of cultural exchange. This is when Bulgaria developed its special Ottoman-influenced food, music, and architecture, things that still enrich Bulgarian culture today. Section 8. National Revival, Reawakening a Nation. By the 1700s, the Ottoman Empire, once so strong, was getting weaker. Its control over its lands lessened, and feelings of nationalism grew among the people it ruled, including the Bulgarians. In Bulgaria, this renewed national pride showed up as a cultural and intellectual movement called the National Revival. The National Revival touched every part of Bulgarian culture and society. People involved in the movement wanted to bring back the Bulgarian language, literature, and history, which had been suppressed under Ottoman rule. They started schools, printed books and newspapers in Bulgarian, and celebrated Bulgarian culture through music, art, and theater. One of the most important people in the National Revival was Paisi Hilandarsky, a monk and historian who wrote The History of the Slavic Bulgarian People. Published in 1762, Paisi's book reminded Bulgarians of their great past, their rich traditions, and their right to be free. It was like a call to action, inspiring many Bulgarians to fight for independence. As the National Revival grew, it became more political. Bulgarians started demanding more control within the Ottoman Empire, and some even wanted complete independence. This movement led to the April Uprising of 1876, a rebellion against Ottoman rule that, although brutally crushed, made the world pay attention to Bulgaria's cause. Section 9. Modern Bulgaria, from liberation to the European Union. The April Uprising of 1876, even though it didn't immediately free Bulgaria, was incredibly important. The Ottomans' cruel response shocked the world and got the attention of powerful countries. In 1877, Russia declared war on the Ottoman Empire, a war that would change the Balkans forever. Russia and its allies, including Bulgaria, which fought alongside Russia, won the Russo-Turkish War of 1877 to 1878. The Treaty of San Stefano that followed recognized Bulgaria's independence, ending centuries of Ottoman rule. Even though the treaty was later changed, it set the stage for a modern Bulgarian state. Bulgaria's journey since becoming independent has been full of both good times and bad. The country has dealt with unstable governments, economic problems, and the effects of 2 world wars and communist rule. But through it all, the Bulgarian people have shown incredible strength, determination, and pride in their heritage. In the late 1900s, after the fall of communism in Eastern Europe, Bulgaria started a new chapter. The country became a democracy, changed its economy, and tried to build closer ties with the West. This led to Bulgaria joining the European Union in 2007, showing its progress and commitment to European values. Today, Bulgaria is a proud member of the European Union, a testament to its long journey from an ancient civilization to a modern nation. Its rich history, vibrant culture, and important location between Europe and Asia continue to shape who they are and their role in the 21st century.